Hello, welcome to My Story with CareCredit, where real CareCredit cardholders share their stories of life-changing healthcare. CareCredit's a leading national healthcare credit card that can enable you to get many of the procedures and treatments you want or need now and pay over time with promotional financing on purchases of $200 or more. CareCredit is accepted at hundreds of thousands of locations nationwide to pay for care for you, your family, and your pets. I'm your host, Amy Freena, and today we meet Lana. Lana's a dog lover who, thanks to CareCredit, was able to act immediately when her best pal, Rufus, was diagnosed with a cancerous tumor. Now Rufus is fully recovered and we get to meet him.
Hi, I'm Lana, this is Rufus, and this is our story. The most exciting part for Rufus is when he sees his leash. Even at 10 years old, he's ready to go all the time. Something got into his eye. He ended up having to go to an eye specialist. The vet tech felt something underneath his collar, which I probably normally wouldn't have felt. It turned out to be a malignant salivary gland tumor. It's really scary going through something like that, especially if you don't know how you're going to pay for it. But I knew that I could take care of my end of it because I had CareCredit. I think within a week, he was at the surgeon to have that removed. Because it was done so quickly, he's fine, complete recovery from cancer. Rufus is back to his normal self. He recovered phenomenally. Once he was cleared, he was able to go hiking again, able to go for long walks, and it's all thanks to CareCredit. Thank you, CareCredit, for helping save Rufus's life.
Lana, thank you so much for joining us today. How are you?
I'm well, how are you?
I'm doing great. I see you brought an adorable, cuddly friend with you. Who is this?
My little guy, Rufus.
Hi, Rufus. What kind of dog is he?
He is a mix of a lot of different things.
Okay.
Yes.
He's a smorgasbord.
He is.
Wonderful. So obviously you have the CareCredit credit card. How did you first hear about it?
I heard about the CareCredit credit card from my vet, actually.
Okay.
I have 5 dogs.
Do you?
Yes.
Okay.
So I spent quite a bit of time at the vet, and they
Unfortunately.
suggested that the CareCredit credit card was perfect for what I needed.
Okay. So tell me about your first experience at the vet when you needed the CareCredit credit card.
My first experience was with my pit bull, Callie, years ago when she was diagnosed with cancer.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and obviously that's something that costs quite a bit and something that people just don't normally have out of pocket.
Right.
So that was what I utilized the CareCredit credit card for. It was perfect.
So tell me a little bit about that day. I know I'm sure it's probably emotional and hard to talk about, but tell me, kind of give us the background of the story.
That day was probably, being that I have so many dogs, that day was the first time I'd encountered cancer with one of my dogs.
Okay.
So it was terrifying. I didn't really know how to navigate, what to do. And the last thing you want to do is worry about finances.
Of course.
The first thing I wanted to do was make sure that my dog was
She's
going to be okay because I was terrified.
Was she sick and you kind of were like, what's going on?
Yeah. She wasn't feeling well. And the last thing I expected was what I heard from my vet.
Yeah, I bet.
Like, I didn't know what to think or what to do.
Right.
So, yeah.
Did you think you were taking her in for more like of a routine kind of checkup, or?
I did. I knew something was wrong. She was about 10. I knew she hadn't been eating normally, but I didn't quite know because she was still really active. That was the last thing that I expected to hear. So, yeah, I was totally in panic.
Gosh. So you get there, they give you this diagnosis, and then we want to do all this treatment.
Yeah.
So what did that feel like before you found out about the card?
It was scary because, you know, it's like your child. And of course, you're going to do everything that you have to do. That's just who I am as a person.
Yep.
And that it wasn't even an option to not take care of it. It wasn't even in my realm of thinking. So I knew that it was going to happen.
You had to do it.
I just had to figure out what to do.
So did they tell you about the CareCredit credit card at the vet? Like
I had
while
heard
you were in there?
about it, but they had mentioned it, and I knew about it, and I applied instantly.
While you were still there?
Yeah, and you just know right away.
So you got approved while you're sitting there, probably fighting some tears and processing different emotions.
Exactly. So then I knew that the next step I had to do was go to an oncologist, but I knew that no matter what they threw at me, I was able to do it.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. So it's just a relief.
I was going to say that probably was relieving.
100% a relief.
Have you used the card since? You said
God,
you
yes.
Okay. A lot.
This little guy had cancer as well.
Oh, my goodness.
Had taken him in for an eye issue.
Okay.
And the vet tech found a lump right here, which I probably wouldn't have noticed under his collar.
Right.
They had it off for whatever reason.
Wow.
And she told me that it didn't feel like a lipoma. It didn't feel like it was a fatty tumor or fatty. So she said, get it checked.
Okay.
And I got it checked right away. And he was in surgery 5 days later.
Oh my gosh.
And again, I truly attribute the CareCredit credit card to saving his life because it was found so quickly. They were able to take it out so quickly that he didn't have to have any further care after that surgery. But that was about $7,000.
Wow. Well, what a blessing.
Yes, 100%.
Do you have any plans to use the card in the future for yourself? Because you can use it for other things other than just
Possibly.
veterinary?
I keep it for them.
Yep.
It's basically their card.
I like that.
Yeah.
Very important.
It's their card.
I'm sure you've told friends and family about this card then.
I have. And I also work with a nonprofit that helps people and their pets. So that is one of the things that we suggest as well.
Really?
When it's a bill that we can't, it's excessive to what we can provide.
Wow.
So that's on our list that we have to give people is the CareCredit credit card to apply for.
Wonderful. Gosh, you're like a little spokeswoman for us.
I
If you could write a review based on all the experiences you've had from Callie, right? From the very beginning to now, what would you say?
It's a lifesaver. It's honestly a lifesaver. I mean, the last thing you want to think about when you have an illness with a pet is how you're going to financially take care of it.
Right.
And that's what so many people have to worry about that don't know. So it's just wonderful. I mean, truly, that's the word I can use as a lifesaver. Because then you can focus on what you need to focus on and not worry about how to pay for it.
Right. Awesome. Well, he seems to be in great health and he loves his mama.
He does. He's a mama's boy.
Thank you so much for sharing your story with us. We
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for joining us on My Story with CareCredit. If you're interested in applying for the CareCredit credit card or want to find a provider in your area who accepts CareCredit, visit us at carecredit.com.